Hello, this is Cass Wisher, and this is my run of Super Castlevania 4 for the 2024 Classicvania Challenge. This is hosted by Twitch TV streamer Level, and I'll put a link to the actual challenge site at the bottom of the description. There's only a few more days to enter into this competition. Apologies for myself entering so late, but want to kind of get a few runs in if I can, and I want to start with probably my personal favorite, maybe not everybody's, but my personal favorite is Super Castlevania 4, and let's get started. I'll put this in as the card will be used. Let's start this thing. So getting started, just your a lot of your like old school Castlevania fare. Basically hearts, ammo. You'll have whip power ups. You'll have big hearts worth 5 regular hearts for ammo. And probably my personal favorite sub weapon for this game is the cross, and I'll try to keep that as long as I can. And I'll try and point out, at least as far as where I know, where weapons are to kind of keep in mind, so that if you want to do cross run, it's great. Holy water is not as good or super good as it was in Castlevania 1, but still might be a viable weapon to use in a lot of situations. Axe, of course, good for overheads, and then the knife, not that fantastic, but can do small damage and is a projectile, so it does have its uses. Get that there, not worried about the money in so much. And this game truly holds a special place in my heart because of the fact that this is probably one of the first games I got with my Super Nintendo when I was 12 years old and first got this game. A long time ago, but really enjoyed this thing when it first came out. Just a lot of nights where it would be like kind of a dark, gloomy night right around Halloween. I kind of lived in a bit more of a rural place back in the days of childhood, so couldn't really go out and trick-or-treat that much or anything like that, but just could huddle up with something like a good game like this and just kind of go to town on it. So and right about here is where I want to start actually using this thing. Let me get this guy here. Namely cause if you use the cross enough, eventually you'll get a special thing called the double or triple weapon, which allows you to throw 2 or 3 of the same item. Really good with the cross. Cannot recommend doubles or triples to cross enough. And we definitely have plenty of ammo to use, so let's go and get that done. There we go. And it normally takes 10 enemies or candles in order to get to the double, and then 10 more to get the triple. One thing about this game is that meat is probably really plentiful. You won't go far too long without having some sort of health regeneration. It may not be a full one worth about 10 HP, but you'll have a lot of small ones worth 5. There's my triple. Now I can use these pretty much as I want to. There we go. Alright. And now that my cross is good to go, one thing I want to be careful of is not not be too reckless and just basically whip right under a candle. Namely cause the fact that doing that can get you a sub weapon you really don't want. So like for instance, there'd be a holy water here, but that's something I don't want. Go ahead and take care of these. And one thing that's actually kind of neat, and again, it can get in the way if you're trying to do good swings, but one thing you can do is do a basically whip dangle, and it's kind of a defensive move. Kind of basically take your whip and kind of whip it all around. It does basically about a quarter of the damage of an actual whip swing. So like this whip swing, so think of this whip swing as 4 HP, think of this dangle as 1. And that'll become more relevant as we get into deeper in the game. But the whip dangle can be very good for several situations. I know it's a clock, so we're going to avoid that. Medusa heads, ever dreaded. But at least it's a small section where they're at here, so we can kind of get away with not trying to do too much. There's a knife here. We don't want a knife, so we'll go ahead and skip that. Go ahead and take care of these 2 ghosts here. Get the big heart here, and we're pretty much close to 99 already. Get down here, get rid of that. Get that. 1 more meat for the road. And first boss. If you keep it up with the crosses, he won't even get a chance to attack or jump or anything, so that'll finish stage 1. Pretty breezy first stage, so hopefully the rest of the run goes just as good. We might turn this 1cc attempt into a deathless, so let's try for that. Stage 2, one of my favorite tracks of the game, and a very weird boss pattern in the middle of the stage, so let's go ahead and tackle this. Hands, annoying. Normally you can basically shake them off or dangle your whip to kind of get rid of them, because they do grab you. But try to avoid that because they will slow you down. Watch out for that X. Ooh, I got the X anyway. Well, I'm okay because there's a cross very soon, but I do have to build it up for the next boss. So, bit of an unfortunate move here, but that's not fatal, that's not final. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep on going here. Alright. Be all of these rolling enemies here. Getting this little cache here, which has about 18 hearts. Go here, go here. Get a little bit of meat right there. Go ahead and tackle that jump. There'll be one rolling enemy that'll be very, very dastardly here. But once you get past that, the zombies won't be too much of a problem. We can move on to the next section. So next section, we go and just go along. While the swamp water here will not kill you, you will sink and eventually you will die if you fall through too far. So we're going to try and avoid that, period. Use a little whip dangle to kind of take care of the bats here. Avoid that watch because we're going to get something better real soon. Take care of the frog. I'll try and thread that needle there, but get a big heart here. Handle that hopping menace, and we will continue on. Let me get recross, and now it's going to be very important for me to throw these so I can get my triple back. Get basically a big meat hitting the wall there. They'll give you 10 HP. Take care of both of those. And one thing that is helpful is that you'll go through a few parts here where you'll go through a lot of the enemies that you can just basically use across very easily. And that'll basically really enable you getting your double. And there it is. That bird out the way. I do not think we can get a triple unless there's one hidden here somewhere. But Medusa's not too hard anyway. Now three crosses will absolutely melt Medusa, but you can get by with 2. There's our triple, and now we're back in business. So let me avoid that. Oh my god. What's wrong with my jumping today? There's another cross up the road. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to keep on moving. Go ahead and fight the flow. And again, there'll be sound cues for when the flow goes for you or against you. The way my action jump skills have been, I thought I was going to hit those spikes right there, actually. Go across there. Hit these enemies here. Avoid a hand that will sap your hearts. There's a cross. Actually got that a little bit early. Now, what I did there is behind that hidden column there, there's a 1-up. So, very good thing to note. Time that right so I can get that. Time that right so I can get that. Get that so I can get that. And just kind of keep going down here, taking care of the enemies and bats and such, until we get down to the bottom here, and we can go ahead and leave. Now we enter stage 3. Very atmospheric ambient level for the most part, but also a pretty easy time of it until you get to the last little section. There's a couple gotchas here that can end the Deathless run pretty fast. So let's progress through the cave. There's a triple. Take care of that. Then beat this next bone pillar. And now I can kind of stockpile hearts just a little bit. Progress through here. And I'll beat this bone pillar, but I won't go up and get that candle because that candle is an axe, and I've gotten one too many of those already. So I go in here, find a little secret stash full of goodies and big meat. So now we're in top condition. I can go ahead and pretty easily take out the rest of these bone pillars. Just be careful of not get hit there. Get that. And now to beat these firemen, which take a lot of hits with the whip, but if you have a couple crosses, that really simplifies things. I know in a recent stream, I believe it was Rachel Retros, that Dot was thinking of a nightmare mode of this where some of the enemies can drop sub weapons, which is a thing in Castlevania 1 and 3. Nothing like a flea man giving you an axe to ruin your day in those games. But fortunately, I think the only thing that some enemies will drop is a big heart in this game. Kind of like the one fire guy did here. So that is fortunate, and we'll go on to the next section. Waterfall and another ambient track. So again, the little fuzzball enemies that circle the platforms are probably your biggest enemy here. Although never underestimate a bone pillar. Sorry about that. We continue onwards and upwards. Do a little whip swing. And keep on progressing. Oh. Take care of that. Alright, avoid this candle here. That is a knife. And so we're going to take our time here because there's extra heart we can get, but we got to be careful not to get knocked off by the fuzzball enemy there. A couple more jumps upwards and we'll be done with this section. I'm not going to worry about what's over there. I think that's a watch. So we're going to go ahead and avoid that and go to this next section. This little section, while very cool, is where a lot of my Deathless runs die early. Mainly because there's a couple places where you can get knocked into the water or basically knocked off the platform in pretty mean ways, so you have to kind of be a bit vigilant here on this stage. Also, the first appearance of bone dragons in this game. Pretty durable enemies, but the benefit of fighting them is that you normally get a set of items, and in this case it can be a set of hearts, a set of money, or even a set of food. Not like beating a bone dragon, getting a bunch of chicken wings out of it. Avoid this candle, that is another knife. So we'll keep on moving. Beat this eye here. And now it's time to be careful. See these mermen here, they're coming up out of the water, they're trying to spray water at you. One thing they can do is that they can get basically right underneath you. And if they get right underneath you, they can actually knock you off before you swing across. A little bit of patience is required. I have failed here several times. So, let's keep on moving upwards. Take care of that. Get a rosary to beat all these enemies here. A couple more swings on the whip here. Alright, over here is an axe, but we don't want to get that, so we will go ahead and keep on moving. Safe place to take out this bone dragon will be right there. And in fact, this next bone dragon I'll take out here too. Again, not a big deal since I already have 99 hearts, but what it drops is big hearts. So if you need a real big pick-me-up, you can get a good 15 to 30 hearts there. Next section, evil. Why evil? Bird. Bird, bird. Those birds can knock you off these stairs like it ain't nothing, so please be careful here. We're going to be skillful and get rid of these skeleton knights here. Get a little bit of meat. Keep on moving up. Oh boy. So after what would have been a heck of a way to end an endless run, a deathless run to this point, we're still in it as we fight the Hydra. Now, a good thing about the Hydra is there's not really a lot of attacks that are really all that crazy dangerous. You'll either get a purple set of flame, or you'll get the 3 fireballs. That's the more dangerous thing because it can knock you into water. So let's go ahead and pick up our bounty here. And let's move on to stage 4. Probably one of my favorite stages outside the Castlevania stages in terms of theming. With a track that became known as Clockwork Mansion, sometimes called the Trick Tower when combined with its other part of the track, Spinning Tail. So we'll go ahead and get built up on our hearts again as we go through here. Cool skulls track. These skulls are sick. So keep on moving. Taking care of skeleton knights and being careful on these green floors. If you jump on them, they will flip. They're a pretty good staple in terms of Castlevania platforms. But there's a certain way you have to deal with these. Big heart here. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna go on upstairs. Okay. Oop. Skeleton's feeling a little frisky. Go ahead and knock those skeletons out your way. This guy's just trying. Alright, that's a heart. Don't want to get that. And let me just go ahead and jump out of here. Go down here. I'll get these 2 hearts. I won't get the other one because I know that's an axe. Go ahead and do a double jump there to kind of get out of harm's way. I'm going to get this guy to come on over so I can come up here. There is a meat there, but we're at full health, so I'm not going to worry about that. A little bit of a higher tension section here because coming down from here you have a skeleton knight that you've got to beat quickly or he will hit you, and that hit will send you down to the pit. Up to the next mid boss here, and that'll be Puexel. Dangerous looking skull with a big tongue. Can get a little bit ornery, but if you stick to your crosses and just start whipping afterwards, you'll get through. Alright, I know this might not age so well, but for 1992 and for me having a brand new Super Nintendo, this was cool, dude. Just basically watching the entire tower just kind of flip around. And now a pretty dangerous section here with a whole bunch of Medusa heads. Just kind of be calm and just take them out. We send about 10 to 12 of these. The room will start rotating again. Just kind of stay on your whips, kind of keep hanging on here. What will eventually happen once the room kind of rights itself is you'll get a platform that'll come out and basically give you a place to land on. So let's get on here and let's go to the next part of the stage, which is another Mode 7 extravaganza, which is this. Now, you do have to keep moving here, namely because the blocks keep falling as you progress here. So you have to keep moving. I have died to going a little bit too slow here, so let's be brisk with our movements here, but I don't think there's any sub-buttons I have to worry about here, so I should be able to go ahead and get on out of here without much trouble. As the skeletons come out, you just have to be careful enough to take them out. And we can make it over here to the end of the section here. So let's go up through here. Now there is a cross if you don't have one in this section. It's kind of in a little cubby hole here with all these rising blocks. I believe it's in one of these little cubby holes like this here where I'm right below, but since we have that, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and go to the right here and go straight past that little section, because you can ride it up, but it is a bit of a section to kind of worry about. What would a Castlevania game be without its crushers? Several of these. Now we're going to take a ride. Axe here, we're not going to worry about an axe. We'll let our cross do a lot of the work for us. There we go. Now we've taken care of that, we'll be able to fight our next big boss. Oh, Big Eyes Coronat. The basic strategy is to basically keep attacking him. Sometimes he'll jump up, but you can probably take care of him pretty easy with crosses. And there we go, that's stage 4. Editor's note, I have not been deathless through stage 4, ever. So, unless something bad befalls me in stage 5, we should have a deathless run at least 2 Castlevania. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good first half here. One thing that I do want to note is, look at your timer. Your timer is basically a little less than 3 minutes for this. If you waste too much time, you will die here. So, be brisk on your movements. Look out for the little gremlins. And I think these little gremlins, they're kind of the flea men of this game. Only that the little gremlins, I think, were in Castlevania 3 and in this game. So, oh, I'm going to go up here. Take care of these enemies here. And I am being very careful on these candles. I know I don't have a lot of time. I have a little bit more than 2 minutes now. But I want to make sure I don't get something that I did not intend. So I might not mess with some of these candles, because I'll keep my total of hearts coming into the next stage, so I'll just be able to kind of go ahead and keep on moving here like this. So let me go ahead and do this. I'll do a little whip dangle to take care of my little friend down here. That's a knife. Alright, beat a few more of the enemies here. Oh, that's a very nice place to put it, but the little gremlin jumped right, so there we go. Take care of the enemies here. Some of them could be a problem, so we'll go ahead and take care of that there. Premium bat. But with time to spare, we're able to get to the front door of Castlevania. Perhaps even a little tribute to Cypher Belnades. Maybe Cypher Belnades there, because that was before Simon's time. So, all right, we're in Castlevania. One little thing to note: enemies do get a very discreet bump in their HP and their damage every time you make it to Castlevania. So, one thing to keep in mind as you get to the castle, you'll see some things take a couple hits that didn't take a couple hits before. Most enemies in through here, however, will be moderately easy. Probably the most dangerous thing are these dogs here that you have to kind of whip, and they will come back if you're not careful. So here's your staple enemy, Axe Knight. But it's a lot easier when you have your own little boomerang projectile of your own to throw. We'll take care of most of your Axe Knights pretty easily. Now, one thing I do have to be careful of is the couple bats that did hit me for 3 a pop. So that life bar don't go as far as it used to, so I have to be careful. Yep. And the little trick about when Simon enters the room and then moves a little bit to the right. So you gotta be careful entering this room. But if you can do that, then you're gonna go on the chandeliers. Best thing to do there is just to kind of take it slow. You've got plenty of time, so. Make it there. Swing here. And then get across the next chandelier here. And we're going to take our time here so we can definitely make this jump. And now we're in the main hall. The reason I'm dangling my whip like this is because there's a little piece here that leads to this. And a secret room. So meat, hearts, all sorts of good stuff. And there's weapons on the bottom. Now, this dog and this ghost man will hurt you if you let them get near you. So I know I hate to make this old ghost man cry, but you know. So I'll go ahead and let all that slide. We've got 88 hearts, so we're in pretty good condition. So let's get out of the secret room. That room will not come back ever again if I die here. So if I die here, I can't abuse that room again. So let me make the most of it there. Alright, and let's take care of these ghosts here. Ghosts can be pretty ornery by what their patterns are. See, I'm getting hit a lot. So just be careful of all the ghosts that are coming in here, because they'll come in pretty fast. Axe Knight here to be well served to kind of take care of from below here. Drop here. Ah, meat. Be careful of this poltergeist here. It'll come in a weird angle and it will hit you in a way you didn't expect. Oh. So we just have to watch out for the ghosts that are coming across here. There are a couple. Across these bats. Seeing I have 99 hearts, so I'm just going to kind of keep moving forward. Oh. Oh. Now it would be a problem if it stayed that way. I think it does go back if I go back over. Only problem is I have to beat the enemies that I fought before again. And that's a little bit of a time loss there too. So a little penalty for me not being fast enough on that rotating block. Well, let's see if we can knock this out this time. Good jumping will get us there. Alright, coming up's a real infamous section for an enemy that can knock you out, and if you notice, the skeletons take 2 hits. That's going to be significant very shortly. Because what I have to do is I have to go across here, across here, across here, across here. Beat the skeleton super fast. Because I've seen that skeleton just kind of zone you out. And if he zones you out, you're going to those spikes. Get my health back. Keep on moving down this way. Whoop. A little bit more careful on where I sit there. Blood skeletons, which will always come back. And they take 2 hits to boot, which that's a thing. Now, I think they'll only take 1 hit after you defeat them once, but still. Having to deal with these things is no picnic. But if you're quick enough to get through, you make it. Skeleton Knights now take all 3 hits, so have to be careful there. Still getting plenty of meat. Now the skeleton knights that are activated by these hands, just let the hands grab you, and then you can beat the skeleton knight. That's basically the trigger, and those skeletons only take 1 hit. Can be a bit dangerous if you're held by one that takes 1 hit, and then one that takes 3 shows up. So let me get past these moonwalking guys here, and let me go on up. A little slowdown fest here with the coffin carousel here. So we will keep on moving. Now these tables, if you have a cross, you can take them out pretty early, which I recommend. Once they activate, they will be a little bit ornery. Other thing to be careful of in this room is the little DVD dancers here. They basically bounce around the screen, but you can take care of them pretty easily if you know where they're coming from, and if you can manage how to hit them and when to hit them. A couple more tables, a couple more ghosts. And here's something real nice. 1 up. So let me make sure I'm topped off for health. Before I fight, these 2. Yes, the American name for these is about as bad as you think it would be. Paul Abdul, Fred Astaire. Let's get out of here. Alright, Deathless through 6. Okay. We might have a run going here. Another really good atmospheric stage is this stage, stage 7. As we go through Dracula's library. Interesting concept, but let's go. Name of the track for this level is Pillared Corridor, and it's probably one of my favorite Castlevania tracks there is. Cause the thing about this track is, again, one kind of bit of the theme of Super Castlevania 4 is music's kind of chill for a Castlevania game. Normally you're used to bloody tears, used to something that gets you pumped up for playing video games. But, you know, you don't want to go to hell before you die, so you gotta be careful. But Pillared Corridor is kind of one of those tracks that just kind of goes off the beaten path and just kind of goes its own pace. And for what it's worth, this level kind of does the same thing. Wow, that went far. Alright, Ghost taking 3 hits is something I don't want to deal with. And I still have plenty of room to collect hearts and all, so let me keep on moving there. Might have been an X Knight here, but I scrolled them off screen, so I win. Another ghost up here. If you just ignore it, it can become a problem, so make sure you take care of that as quick as possible. And we'll keep on moving here. Another Axe Knight. Should be able to just knock that one out with your whip. Next section is a little interesting because if you know exactly what you're doing, now number one, first thing that's a problem is the gargoyles here. Because A, they take 2 hits. They take 2 hits and they go in a increasingly aggressive sine wave pattern. And you see how much they hit you? I'm almost about to lose this Deathless here. Let me move out the way of this book. No, you won't. Oh man, that's very necessary. So watch out for the last couple of oh, that's just a mean one. Take that out and let's actually go this way and let's get out of here. A couple more X Knights here to kind of get yourself positioned to where you can fight them at an advantage. Ah. I'm actually too high here. I can get you now. So the book's very interesting platforming. It should be pretty easy. One thing I will note is I won't get any candles here because I know that most of the stuff that's here outside that big heart is a problem. Because you'll have like knives and stuff, and we don't want to get knives and stuff. Get in range for that guy and then go around. Make sure you keep hitting them. Then you can take this book and basically go down. And we can hit the next section. Hit the gallery. Gotta be careful. I'm in that danger zone again. Ah, meat. Now that red dog that jumped out of that painting is interesting because what that red dog will do is that red dog will basically knock down any candles that you have in your path. So being the red dog that comes out of the painting is Not the most important thing, but it is an interesting thing for an interaction. That could have went worse. Take all them out. Safely get rid of this X-Knight from below. And we can go and advance to the next section. Don't know if there's meat, but we'll try it. There's not. Ah. Ah. And now I'm in that 3 zone, so now I have to be careful again. More meat, thank goodness. Now you see what this dog's doing, right? So you take that dog out, take these soldiers in the painting out. If you don't like centipedes or millipedes, this next section is not for you. Normally it'll go away on its own, but if it kind of sticks around, it can be a problem. So take care of that. And so now we're just going to go down like this. Just to make sure that doesn't cause us a problem. A few statues to basically go to here. Take care of these X-Knights here. There we go. More meat. One more set of bats before we fight this night boss here. Not that horrible a problem. If you just basically keep whipping and using your crosses, you'll be fine. Deathless through 7. Alright, the next stage is going to determine whether this Deathless really stays a Deathless or not. The next stage is kind of brutal. So for people saying that this is an easy Castlevania, this is probably one of the stages that'll buck that trend a little bit. The cellar is a pretty dangerous place with a lot of instant death traps, so place to be very careful in if you're going to get out of this in one piece. Be careful of the spiders here. Careful of the green goop. The green goop will, I believe, hurt you over time. Take care of the eyes as you see them. Take care of the bone pillar as you see it. I might come back on a re-scroll. Actually didn't. But a lot of these swinging death traps here can really get you if you're not paying attention to your surroundings. I hope that's not a bad portent of things to come. Oh, no axe. But yes, the big heart. On top of this, beat this eye, and be very careful. If you don't think you're going to make a jump in time, Better to take your time than to try to rush and then take an unnecessary death. Oh. If you're quick, you can avoid the green slime. Originally this was red blood, so there you go. I'm not going to do that because I don't know whether that's good or not. Meat's good though. Take care of that. Take care of that. On the next section. Pretty dangerous piece here, but if you hurry, you can get through it. Just to jump on this piece here. And what I find is better is to jump on this piece here. You can get past this little piece here. Before the eye's a problem, go ahead and take this eye out. Get through the skewers. And oh joy, it's another bone dragon. A few hits should take care of it. This is a bone dragon that you might want to use your crosses on. Just so you can take it out faster. And again, just stay mindful where the green slime is dripping from, because that can hurt you. It can knock you into a bigger problem. Meat. Might be the best here is to basically take a third bat will always swoop down from above. Very mean bat. But let's keep on going to the next little section here. Couple things to note. There are sections of the stage where these stairs will get you in big trouble. Also be careful dropping down here, because dropping down in the wrong place will get you in a lot of trouble. But if you drop in a couple strategic spots like there, you can get through that section very quickly, and I recommend you do so. Get through this. Take a big heart. What works the best is to rush through this one. Another eye will come. Go ahead and take that out. Careful making that jump. And be careful falling here. Oh, got me with the knife. That will not bode well for the next boss. Get that, and get that especially. Alright, little section here we'll get to in a second. So the Vegas Bridge, basically a set of platforms that appear and disappear whenever it wants to. This can be very bad. So I'm just taking a look at how this is coming up, and we're gonna go. So let's go gambling. Oh dang it. That's the end of the death list, but I've got a real good shot of 1cc, probably the best I've had in a long time. So let's keep moving and try and get the silver if we cannot get the gold. Alright, and right here's a little cross web redemption, so let's be careful. Let's not bump our head. I'm going to go ahead and take that out because I do not want that enemy to swoop down. Hey, got my life back, but it will not help for the deathless, so... So just be careful here. Beat a few enemies here. And the good news of them taking more hits the good news of enemies taking more hits means you'll get your doubles and triples faster. So that's one good thing there. Alright, we'll get to this hateful bridge in a minute. We do got a double. Come on, Vegas. Yes! Got through it that time. Let's see, let's take care of Frank. Not a hard fight, because all he does is really throw potions. Interesting fight. But give my Frankenstein a chainsaw, man. Alright, only one death here, so deathless goodbye. But we still have a 1 CC that's very in play going to stage 9. One of the more interesting stages of this game. Basically, Dracula's kind of loaded. Look out for little parts of the floor that can break. It's not that big of a deal, but it can kind of break your momentum a little bit. You gotta love when a skeleton just falls into a pit itself, so take whatever wins we can get and let's keep moving. Alright, so as you can see there, it took 6 of the little dangles, which is basically a hit and a half. It rounds up to 2, so go ahead and... Now there's a lot of little bonus things here. But again, a lot of bonus stuff is for really good platforming, so there may be some things we'll miss here, but it's okay, we can keep on moving, because there's still plenty of loot in this place to get. Now, this is where we have to be careful, because these will break. And a lot of skeleton placements in this little section is very, very mean. So we have to be extremely careful not to let any of these skeletons get to us here. Now it looks like a very hard place to grab, but if we start from here, I believe, then it is possible for us to it may be here, maybe in another segment, but I believe I've gotten up to that part before, which does have things like meat in it, so. Unfortunate that we missed it, but we'll keep on moving. Now, skeletons here are very mean. You'll get 3 in a row that decide to just jump right in your face. Punishing little section here. So you take care of the bone dragon from behind. Doesn't really give you anything, but take that and that. So watch I don't care for, heart I do care for. And I'm going to be smart enough to get away from this coffin. Alright, take care of that bone dragon. Hey, there's some meat. Bone dragon will come up and basically rear his head above you. So you can go ahead and take care of that, and the same way take care of a lot of the other ones. Now careful on this gold on the bottom, because the gold on the bottom you can sink in it, and it can sink in it and you can fall and die. So, oh. Alright, come on, Seymour. Can get some hearts there if you can get past this coffin. In this section here, I used to really hurry on this section, but a little patience goes a long way. Now, one neat thing is that you can jump on any one of these here, and if you do it enough, you can get meat from these chests here, but you have to do it like 255 times. I think Dot's pulled off the trick and Rachel Retro has too, but I'm just going to kind of keep on going here. But it is a cool trick to see it happen, so got time to try it out. So we'll let that hole suck us in to get meat and goodies. Now, one thing to note here is that these holes that kind of have air to kind of go in and out, you have to be careful. And be careful also of the sub-weapons that are down here on the bottom. Because it is possible for you to pick up sub-weapon you don't intend. But you can go through either one of these holes on the bottom to get out of here. Actually, the hole that's there can kind of help anchor you against some of the enemies like that bone dragon there. We'll let that coffin just kind of cope and see where it's at. Now, I think this part of the treasury is pretty much nothing but money, which won't make that big of a difference unless you're looking for a unless you're like close enough to get a 1-up. Otherwise, the money here is just kind of for show. It's not a real priority to get any of this stuff, but see, and I think I did this, so I might use crosses to get rid of. But the good news is that it blows up into money. So beat that bone dragon. Go ahead up through here. Line your pockets a little further. As usual, if a bone dragon gives you an advantage, take it. And now we'll come from here, jump here, jump here, jump here. And we'll keep on moving up. So once we get through these gilded skeletons here, I believe we should be nearing the end of the stage. And we get to our next boss. We fought plenty of bats in Castlevania before, but maybe not ever a bat made of gold. Now the thing about this bat is, if you get right under it, you can damage it pretty easily, but the gold splash can hurt you. In fact, this is primary means of hurting you. Now these little bats will leave you little gold drop links here. And the thing that's bad about that is that these hurt. I'm almost dead. I am dead. Second death. And, pretty decent distance back, but the good news with that is that you can kind of get a little bit of your strength back from here. Now the little secret area won't come back, so if I go up here I'm risking a coffin to the face. So let me not do that. We go up here, going up the tower again, and again, the one good thing about this place is, for all the gold that's here, I wouldn't be surprised if I get a 1-up again, which will help the 1cc. Let me go up this way this time. There it is. Oh! Alright, now I'm starting to get sloppy. Speaking of, alright, let's get ourselves together and let's kind of get out of here. I might not be able to get another 1-up here right now. I think the 1-ups are at like every 70,000 points. But I can keep collecting money to work towards that goal. And there's no real good place to kind of get under this thing. There we go. Oh, be careful. There we go. So the only thing we're going to get is hearts. I don't think there's a single sub weapon here. But let's get that Zafbat run back right now. Up and down in a way better position. There we go. Couple slip-ups there, but the 1 CC is still in play. Alright, who's ready for a clock tower? So a couple ever-present staples with the stage. Including the gears, which can be a little finicky. And we'll see more of that later on. Oh. Nice better than nothing, but we will get across later on. Take care of this skeleton knight right now. And the one good thing about climbing this tower is that you will have the distinct advantage. Now let's see if I can go the other way. Yes, I can. Alright, let me go. Oh. There we go. Oh. Now that could have gone badly, because if I would have went through the gear. Alright, so let's go here, and we're going up to the next section. And boy, there's a lot going on over here. Oh! So what happened there is I didn't duck. When you don't duck, you basically hit the spikes on top and you die. It's a bit of a snafu on my part trying to go too fast. Still plenty of lives, and there we go. Now for the most dangerous enemy in this entire game. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to get on one of these. And we're going to fight this guy. If you get off too early or too late and you're at the very edge of that platform, that skeleton knight will make your life miserable. So let's take care of the axe knights here. And let's progress upwards. Oh. Wow. Now, that little thing I said about getting sloppy late. Get down here and up. And the best part of this is that we have a smaller whip and we can see our friend again. Take care of these Axe Knights where it's safe. Might behoove me better to kind of move out of the way of that. There's our cross. Now, one thing to be careful of fighting this bone dragon here is that you don't want to hit any of these rings until you're ready to go up. Also, you want to be very careful to Alright, so let's take care of this guy right here, right now, what we got. Big heart, always helpful. Holy water, not that helpful. Get that meat. Keep that moose ahead and let's get on up to this next little section. Go up a little bit, be careful, there's a bone dragon up here. A little dangerous doing any sort of fighting outside the cross, cause one errant whip hit is going to basically hit one of these rings and you're going to fall off. That won't be good. But get up here, and we are finally at the top of this tower. Get the double. Absolutely get that meat, and we got a triple, hey! And now let's go see our good old friend Akhenaten II. I think that may be an enemy in one of the Castlevania. I think Castlevania 3 they may have named it in the English manual, which holds not a lot of credence, but you know. Alright, let me get... So I kind of got in position. Our mummy friend helped us on that end. Worst part about this mummy is that he's kind of tanky, but with 3 crosses, you can do anything. Last stage, 1cc still in play. I was here last year, but we're about to see a guy that can really make deathless and 1cc's a real problem. Stage ain't that great either, but let's do it. Last stage. Interesting little section here with these Dullahans. And again, interesting that there's actually 2 enemies by the name of Dullahan. There are these pirate-looking guys here. So you got the pirate-looking guys here, but then you also have the big Knight Dullahan, which is a boss in Rondo. Hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. So if you can beat that Dullahan, you can kind of drop down there. Not worry about the trap that's there, because the trap that's there is designed to kill you. Alright, get down here and bringing across is a great thing here, cause going through this bat bridge, you can actually throw across and get a little something out of it for your troubles. Might take a hit here. I wouldn't worry about that all that much. Next section is going to determine a lot. Let's go. First thing to notice. Wheel. That wheel down there will kill you if it catches you. So let's be very expedient about our progress here. Also, make sure you're holding a diagonal direction the whole time on these stairs. I've had it before where it kind of dropped an input and it got bad. So, especially on these stairs. So we go. Oh! That was unfortunate. And I lost my cross, so that's going to be bad news later on. So first priority is getting out of here. Alright, forget that guy from last time, so. Take a little ride on some floating blocks. Oh, get up here. I do not believe the wheel will be a problem from this point forward. So we'll have a little bit more to go here. Alright. Bit of a dangerous section there. So if you get carried the wrong way, then you can hit spikes. Alright. Time for y'all to meet my arch nemesis. Make sure you duck as soon as he lands. And make sure you're far enough away too, cause he's got a pretty big hitbox for a guy his size. Oh God. Now, thing I have to watch out. See, that 0-second dodge. That is bad news. That's for costing me a 1 CC last time, bastard. Now we killed Slogra. Now that I've avenged my 1 CC loss to this guy last year, let's keep moving. I gotta remember that you have to actually jump up. and that this form's actually a little bit easier. Because his hope is in cornering you. But if you stay on one side of him, he won't be any sort of a problem. That is Gaibon down. So let's keep on moving up. So pretty good health. And I'm going to need pretty good health, because we're about to fight Dracula's best friend. The whip dangle has never been more important than in this fight. So don't get greedy on the second time around. Always try to face right. Alright, this one just focus on getting away from him. Now he may throw size for a while, but we got time. He's really believing in the swoop this go around. I've never seen him swoop 3 times in a row like that. Go home, Death. Alright. Always a secret. Awesome. Now, you have a very small window of getting back up to that thing. If you walk too far, you will fall off. I don't need any of this Mario pill. Let's count. I remember I have to use the whip on those fireballs of his. Pretty important to make sure that he, because there's like, I think it's like at 5 and 10 health. Oh boy. Oh. Oh! Got hit by the light ball instead. Well, good thing this don't run out. Let's get back up here and challenge again. We got a 1cc on the line. Alright, round 2, you mother. Alright, that'll help. I'll be very careful on this part. Alright, give me that for real. Give me that too. Go home, Drac. That is a 1cc. That is my first 1cc ever of this game. There we go. That's how you end a 1cc. Hey, I got a 1-up too. So all in all, my best run of Super Castlevania 4 ever. 1cc was definitely through a good portion of the game. So a little more practice, maybe I do get a gold stamp later on. But I will let the credits play for a little bit to kind of let the silver take hold. And again, this is just one of my favorite games. You can't tell me different. It's very good. I do recognize that there may be a few flaws in it, but again, this was a launch title, and for what it's worth, it's a very good game to go back and revisit again. It certainly is a good game if it's not a great game, and I personally think it is a great one. Just with all the atmosphere, all the things that Simon can do, it's something that they never really got into again in a Classicvania. And again, maybe, yeah, this is kind of towards the end of the Classicvania line here. The only ones that are after this are Bloodlines, Rondo, and Chronicles. But Simon can do the most right here. And it's something that, not without its foibles, but something that I really appreciated coming off of Castlevania 3. Which that'll be our next game that we challenge here. So this has been Cas Wisher, and just wishing you all the very best, and we'll do more of these challenges again for the Classicvania Challenge before Halloween is up. I still got a few more days left, so let's see if I can get any more 1cc's. So thank you very much, and have a pleasant evening, or day, or whatever time it is. Have a good one.